everyone, it's me again. Apologies for the way I look, no hair, no makeup, but that seems to be a thing at the moment. It's funny how like every day when I go to work, I wear makeup, my hair is done and I'm dressed nicely, but when I sit down here in front of my camera and record the videos, I look like an absolute, I don't know, absolute what, but I don't look great. When I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, should I just do my makeup and get dressed? But I was like, no, I want these videos to be like very natural. I don't want to put my makeup on and sit down. It feels like it's a job. I'm recording these videos when I feel like I want to talk about something. So there I am with messy hair, no makeup, spots and all that. Fuck it. So today I just need to make myself comfortable. I am recording a video that I was thinking about for a long time. And today's video is like why I left Slimmingworld. And no, I'm not gonna slag Slimmingworld, no, not completely, and say they really shit and they don't work at all. They don't work like at all for me. But yeah, I wanted to record this video, and I know that like it's going to backfire a bit because I lost loads, not loads, but I lost some of my followers on Instagram because like we're in the Slimmingworld. You follow our Slimmingworld accounts. I don't know, for some ideas, for to see the day journey, for motivation as well, to see how other people are doing. And then all of a sudden, when you stop doing Slimmingworld and then stop posting Slimmingworld posts, people unfollow you. And I've not unfollowed the account that I was following when I was doing Slimmingworld. I'm still following quite a few of them. I still like their posts because I like the photos of their food. I like the other photos that they're putting on. But so I have not followed them. But I know that I will get some bitchy behavior from people who do Slimmingworld now. And if that's the case, bye Felicia. Anyway, I was following Slimmingworld for about 10 months, I think. I started in October 2016. I left in August 2017. So it wasn't quite a year. I think it was about 10 and a half months. Starting from the beginning. When I joined Slimmingworld, I didn't know what Slimmingworld was. I've heard about Weight Watchers, but I never knew how it works. And then I heard about Slimmingworld, I think mainly because they had some recipes in the papers sometimes and all that. So, so I didn't really know what was it all about, what you can or can't eat on that plan. And the girl who I was working with at the time, she told me that she did it before. She lost quite a bit of weight on it. Another woman I was working with at the time, she was kind of doing it. She lost a bit of weight. I was like, well, okay then, whatever. So one day this girl from work was going to join, and she'd been telling me all day, like, oh, join with me. And I was like, you know what, why not? Like, I was going to start exercising and dieting anyway, because that about a minute. That's what I would talk about in a minute. So I was going to like find some kind of diet anyway. So I was like, why not? So I went for a meeting, and it was all really weird because there was these people sitting in this like place and then these plastic chairs in a circle getting weight. Like, I don't have to go into details, you know how it works. So when you go there for the first time, never been to Slimmingworld group, never heard about Slimmingworld group. So it was a bit weird for me. And I was like, okay, well, let's just do it. So so obviously did the usual talk with the consultant, who by the way was rubbish, but about her in a minute. So we talk about consultant a little, like with the consultant a little bit about the diet and all that. She just gave us the books and all the paperwork, and then we did the group, and then we got weight obviously at the end. And when I got weight, I was 16 stone 2, which was a bit of a shock, but not really, because I'm gonna go like jump up and down my story a little bit, but when I do it in every film. So anyway, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome and underactive thyroid, I think in June or July of 2016. I think late June with underactive thyroid, and then it took, I think, to July, maybe August, for them to tell me, yes, you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. To be fair, I have not researched properly what they were all about. I have not researched a lot about the I knew that my weight was caused by them, that's all I knew, but I didn't really know what I should or shouldn't be eating to lose weight. So In October, I was already on medication for underactive thyroid for a couple of months, and I started seeing a bit of a difference. Like, I know that before the last time I got weight before my day when I joined in Slimmingworld, it was, I think, the beginning of June, when I went for my appointment at my doctor's, and that was before I was on any medication, and I was even heavier than 16 stone too. I don't remember exactly how much heavier, but let's say half a stone, I think around half a stone heavier. So I managed to lose a few pounds just because I was on medication. So I wasn't really dieting, but the meds were working. Obviously my body was working a little bit better than it was before. So I started, going back to subject, went to Slimmingworld, went to this first group, got weight, got this sort of food plan, we got food diaries to fill in. And yeah, that's when it started, and that's where I wasted 10 months of my life and a little bit of money. And I know that some people say it didn't work for you because you didn't follow the plan. No. Or some people can say it didn't work for you because maybe you should follow follow it a bit differently if you have your health conditions. What makes me laugh, when I first joined, on this first initial meeting, I told my consultant I have underactive thyroid and then I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. She said then that she also have PCOS, and she said obviously I was able to lose weight and stuff. What bitch didn't say, and I only found out like a few months later when she was talking a little bit of what she eats in the group, the bitch didn't eat fucking gluten. She didn't eat dairy or all that. Well, she did eat some dairy, but she wasn't eating like things that you should be eating, that you shouldn't be eating when you have PCOS. So when I'm sitting there for the first time and she's telling me like, yeah, you can do this diet is great for someone with PCOS, she should have told me, but you have to modify it a bit. If she was a good consultant, she would tell me how to modify it for myself to make it work. But of course she didn't. She's only there to take your 5 pounds. So anyway, here's the list, and I'm going to help myself a bit with my mobile phone because they're all like written there. I was just about to play you a bit of Cardi B. So that's not what I was supposed to do. Let's get my list up. So first thing is why did I think that it was a good idea to pay someone £5 a week to be told how much weight, how much I've gained or lost, mainly gained, or maintained? Oh yeah, maintained. Why did I think it was a good idea? Yes, I had unhealthy, like I could have gone and bought myself scales, but also I had in the past very unhealthy relationship with scales because I had eating disorder as a teenager. So I was avoiding scales for years, and maybe that's why I got this fat. So all this paying £5, and I know it's a business, and I know that they have to make money, and I know that that's how they make money for everything, but I've realized it's like, no, I don't need someone to tell me every week, pay £5 for someone to tell me, Kinga, you gained a pound. It's stupid. Plus, no, it's just stupid. No, I'm not gonna say it anymore. Like, it's just stupid. And it's not that I like £5 is nothing, or £4.95. Sorry, £4.95. It's nothing. It's not a significant amount of money. But after some time, I was like, I'm paying you that money for you to tell me every week that I've gained or maintained, because your plan doesn't work for me, because it just doesn't work for me. And I'm not the only person who this plan doesn't work to, because yes, you can say it didn't work for you because you had all these health conditions, but no, I've seen videos, posts on Instagram or on Facebook of healthy people that it didn't work. Yes, I've seen the posts, and I've seen people that lost loads of weight with it, but there's more and more people saying that this plan is not good. And here are quite a few things why I think it's rubbish, and I would never do it again, and I would never advise anyone to do it. The first main reason, maybe not main, but one of the big reasons why I've left was my consultant. She was absolutely rubbish. She was doing it for quite a few years, and she said, I don't really remember how much weight she lost herself, but she did that. But she was rubbish. She would focus on people who treated these weekly weigh-ins as a social event. I'm talking about some moms who would treat this thing as that's my 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week when I get away from children, husbands and all that, and I can sit there and have a gossip with people and just talk So instead of focusing on people who maybe were struggling with weight, or even the ones who were doing good, she will let those people who just sit there and talk about, like, you know, oh, I've gained 3 pounds because my life is so hard. My husband is not looking after me properly. He drinks. He blah 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 blah. My children are giving me headache, and I'm like, are you in a fucking therapy? Or are you going to Slimmingworld because Slimmingworld is £5 a week for 30 people or 50 or whatever, sit and listen to you instead of going to the real therapist? I don't care about your home situation. I really don't. No, I don't. And I don't think anyone sitting there gives a shit. But she'll sit there and she'll let these people moan and moan and moan. And it'll be the same stories every week. It's like, yeah, I really wanted to do it, but oh, I had this drama with my children. I had this drama with my husband. She'll let them talk forever, and then she will go to people who were also struggling, but maybe were not like the moany ones. So she'll be like, oh, just try a bit harder next week. Or if you do good, instead of like tell you like, you know, oh, you know, what did you do? Give us some ideas and stuff like that. She'll be like, oh, well done, you lost ½ pound. Is this clapping? I was sitting there and I was just like rocking in my chair, like, why are you clapping? Like, you lost £1 pound. It's not £1 pound of fat. It might be like a water weight, or you're in different time of your cycle. No, it's the clapping bit. The clapping bit was like, I never like, and I know it's not just my consultant. Every group does it. But yeah, it's this focusing on like these people who were really shit. She'll give more, and I know that some people will say, but it's because like she was there to support the ones who were struggling. But these people were not struggling with their weight because something was wrong with their weight or the diet itself. They were struggling because they were using their private like life and their situations as an excuse to stuff their fucking faces with pies and donuts and all that. So she was rubbish. And so if you did good, I was the only foreigner in the group, I think. So, and my English not perfect, so maybe she didn't want to listen to me with my strong, silly Polish accent. Maybe that's the reason. But she never really listened to me. I think there was only twice when I actually pushed. I was like, you know what, fuck you. I pay £5 a week. I'm going to talk for 2 minutes now. So I think that was the only time. And she was doing very similar thing to the girl who was going with me. So I don't think it was just me. I think maybe she didn't like us. So yeah, if you're and I've heard about amazing consultants. I've seen the Instagram profiles of amazing consultants, people posting about saying how their consultants are supporting them, how they send them messages during the week. We had a group on Facebook, and she will not, like, people will be posting that they're struggling. Everyone from the group will post, but like she will comment like 1 in 10 posts to say someone, you know, oh, you know, don't worry, you're doing great. You would expect your consultant, if you are posting on the group that you're struggling and all that, if she doesn't want to comment on the post itself, send you a message. It takes her 1 minute. You the one who pay her freaking £5 a week wages, or whatever, you know, whatever cut she takes, whatever Slimmingworld is, I don't give a shit. But she earns money on you. So send a stupid text and ask how you're doing. Is there anything I can, you know, help you with your diet? So yeah, rubbish consultant is one of the reasons. The other reason is processed food. I know that this Slimming has been around since I think 60s, and yeah, some people get success. I said that again before, and I said again, yeah. But like, how can it be healthy? Them encouraging to eat all this processed food, this food full of freaking sugars. It's bachelor's pasta. It's, you know, Uncle Ben's rice and all that. Yes, you have to sin some of them. Now I think even more than you used to sin them before. But how can it be healthy diet if they encourage you to eat freaking ready food from the packet? And Miller Lights. Just because they have some kind of deal with Miller Lights and Fry Lights, they just encourage you to eat that shit like it's supposed to be healthy. No, it's not healthy. These yogurts from Miller Lights, they're so full of sugar, like not sugar, sweetness. It's ridiculous. It's only because they have the deal with Miller Lights. If you look at some of the yogurts, and Miller Lights are free, obviously, because of the deal. But if you look at the content of these yogurts, and then you look at some other yogurts from other companies, that they should be lower in sins or sin-free. No, freaking Miller Lights, free food. But then the other yogurt, just because it's not the same brand, it's full of sin. It's just, how? just fucking say, seriously, we advise you to eat this yogurt because we have a deal with them and we make shitloads of money because you idiots are going to the shops and buying Miller Lights. Just be honest. Just don't say that this one is sin-free and free food and bullshit. It's not. It's exactly the same content as the other yogurts you can buy in the market. So yeah, processed food. We all know, if you have any idea about food, that this is not good for you. And before you tell me, but yeah, you did the diet for 10 months, very, very, very rarely I was actually eating like bachelor's pasta, mug shots, or yogurts. Yogurts because I don't really deal very well with dairy, so that's why. But I had some of them, yes, but obviously not as many as normal person would. But as for this pasta things, I prefer to cook my own ones, and I had them like as an emergency. Sometimes if I came from work too tired, or if I didn't have nothing for lunch at work, so I would just buy a mug shot and eat that. But yeah, processed food, like what kind of healthy diet encourages you to eat processed food? Like, don't. The other thing is this thing about unlimited free foods, and the free foods is like, how can rice and pasta and potatoes full of carbohydrates can be free food and as good for you as chicken or whatever other meat? It's like, how? Like, I don't understand, like free food, and the whole idea of free food, it's like when you go to supermarket and you see the products, buy one, get one free. It's the same with free food. When they say it's free food, you are going to pile this shit up on your plate like crazy because you think, I can eat as much of it as I want because it's free food. It's not gonna make me fat. Do you know how many freaking calories? Like, I'm not even gonna go into macros yet because, no, just focus on calories. Do you know how many calories you get from a freaking pile of rice, or even like a massive chicken piece of chicken? It's a bit better for you because it's protein instead of carbs, but still. So all that free food, and then the idea of 1/3 of like your plate should be speed food. So you get a massive giant freaking plate. So you're gonna have pile of rice, pile of meat, and you're gonna have some speed vegetables. Is that speed thing? Oh my god, no! They just want you to eat 1/3 of your plate to be speed food. No, because you should eat vegetables, and they can't tell you don't eat vegetables. So they kind of try to encourage you to eat that. But it's honestly, I was looking at my plate sometimes and I was thinking, how is it possible that I can eat so much rice? Because when someone tells me unlimited, I take it literally unlimited. So I'll pile this plate thinking, well, I can eat as much rice as I want, or I can eat as much meat as I want, and all that. We all know, to lose a pound, you have to burn the calories. I think you have to burn like 3,500 calories to lose a pound. And to diet and lose weight just by dieting without exercising, you have to burn more calories than you put in your mouth. So how some of these plates of food were supposed to make me lose weight, I have no idea. Because if I looked at it, I actually used my fitness pal towards the end of me following Slimmingworld, when I was already sort of toying with the idea of starting keto or just counting my calories and checking my macros. I looked at the day, and it wasn't even a bad day, and it wasn't a massive pile of rice or pasta on my plate. There was a little bit, like a cup of it, and it was also about 2,000 something calories. Like, how are you supposed to lose weight with that? But you have 1/3 of plate of speed food, so that's gonna help you. Like, it's bollocks. These vegetables don't make you burn all this shit that you just eaten faster. It's just good you're putting vitamins in your body. That's what it is. I'm getting really stressed because I'm just angry with myself that I wasted 10 months of my life doing it. And once again, I know I should be following different diet for PCOS underactive thyroid, but like, these people were saying that this diet is good for any diet and it will help you. Like, oh, whatever. What's next on my list? Moving on. Going back to this free food and sins just for a minute, because I forgot to mention something. How can you eat this plate of rice, plate of pasta, full of gluten, full of carbs, full of the heavy things that makes you bloated? Now, even if you're a healthy person, if you eat too much of it, it makes you bloated. But eating gluten-free, Weight Watchers wrap, it will be like 5 sins or 5.5 sins. I'm not talking about the made of flour like a normal Tesco tortilla wrap. I'm talking about gluten-free wraps. Especially the ones from Weight Watchers, because they were the cheapest. They were like £1 for 6 of them. It was about 4 cents. I said, how can it be 4 cents? And a pile of rice as big as freaking Mount Everest is free food. How? That's it. Exercise, or as Slimmingworld likes to call it, body magic. Everyone knows that diet and exercise go together. Some people tell you that it's mainly diet and a little bit of exercise. Some people tell you it's exercise and a little bit of diet that helps you lose weight. But Slimmingworld, they don't call it exercise. They don't call it working out. They call it body magic. So if they call it body magic because it's supposed to help you then, I guess, lose weight, they don't focus on body magic. No, it's like opposite. My consultant, there was a point when I started working out, and I was working out a lot. And my thing is that if I work out a lot, I don't lose weight. I will lose a pound here, pound there, but then obviously there's a water retention. There is you know, your cells are holding to fat, and then when the fat is gone, there is water in the cells, and then they disappear, and we all know about whoosh effect. So I started working out, I think it was like February 2017. So for about a month and a half, I was working out a lot. I dropped a dress size, but I dropped dress size in quite a few inches, but I've only dropped, I think, 3 pounds in weight, 2 pounds in weight. So I was constantly going, and my consultant was, oh, Kinga, you maintained, oh, you gained half a pound, you know, the usual. And then I started slowly losing weight, and then people started saying, oh, you look so much better, blah, blah, blah. So I have a week when I lost 2 pounds. And she's like, oh, Kinga, you know, did you have a good week? Were you on plan? Did you lose weight? And I was like, no, not really. I wasn't really following plan, but I've been to the gym 5 times, and I exercised an hour a day. And then she'd be like, well, no, it's a diet. Exercise doesn't have that much to do with it. And I'm sitting there thinking, I have not seen results either on the scales or in my, you know, measuring my body for months. And now I decided exercise, and you're telling me that exercise got nothing to do with my weight loss. Are you for fucking real? So since then, that's when I mentioned that I started exercising, and then I got my bronze, silver, and gold exercise award, whatever it is. Like, she would go very quick. She'll get to me, and then I'll be like, oh, you know, I've lost this weight. She'll be like, Kinga, what do you think happened? How did you lose this weight? And I was like, well, I've been to the gym 5 times. She was like, oh, okay. And it was like, clap, clap, you lost a pound, and moving on. And it wasn't just me. There were some other people in this group that if they were talking about exercising, she would like very quickly cut them off and move on. Because no, they don't want you to exercise. And why? I'll tell you in a minute why. I worked it out in my head. Conspiracy theories. I should start talking like Shane Dawson in this weird voice about conspiracy theories. So anyway, yeah, no, the only eating plan, diet plan, way of eating, however you call it, that doesn't encourage you to exercise. No, your consultant will tell you it's not exercising, it's dieting into all this speed food and free food. Bollocks. Bollocks, if you ask me, bollocks. The other thing that sort of discouraged me, and that's what kind of gave me this decision, like helped to make this decision on my last day, was seeing people who's been going to group for years. And yes, some of them lost like lots of weight. They've been in Target for like 5 years or 4 years or whatever. But the thing is, the ones that lost all this weight and been in Target for all these years were like older ladies. They were all in their like 60s, 70s. I don't want to insult any of them. Maybe they were in their 50s. But my mum is 56 and she looks smashing. So maybe that's why when I look at some other women her age and they look like my grandma, maybe that's why I thought that they were older. But let's say there were ladies between 50 and 70 years old, and they were the ones who's been in Target for years. Since I've joined, I think 2 people, maybe 3, get into Target. And I've been there for almost a year. And those people, I think, were mainly men, I think, that they were losing weight and getting close to Target or into Target. Hardly like any woman my age or a little bit older would do it. And the other thing is, it's just like constantly like this, you will see people coming in And they will tell you like, oh, I've been doing it for like 4 years and I've lost 4 stone before, but then I gained 2 stone back and now I'm starting losing again. And I'm thinking, if this plan was working, in 4 years you should lose all this extra weight you had and some, and just concentrate, that was the word, concentrate on oh my god, concentrate on maintaining, that's the word, maintain, not just trying to lose the same stone again and again. And at final moment, the moment when I made my decision, I'm done with Slimmingworld. I've been having it in my head for a bit, because for 2 months before I left, the only times I was actually losing weight when I wasn't following plan the whole week. I was doing calorie counting and I was trying keto. So keto is obviously high fat, low carb, moderate protein, which minus the fat, it's kind of similar to SP days. I was doing some SP days and then I was playing with keto. So obviously on SP days, you don't eat all these plates of rice. You don't eat all these plates of pasta. No, you don't. You eat veg and you eat meat. So how comes I was able to lose like 4 pounds a week doing SP week, but not a pound of weight doing a normal week of following plan 100% to the T? So anyway, I was like, for 2 months I was toying with the idea of like, no, it's not for me, I'm gonna quit. Then I went to Poland to see my family and I came back, and I think that was the first or second weigh-in after I came back. I didn't want to go, and the only times I've missed a group in 10 or 11 months was when I was away in Poland. I've not missed one group apart of that, not cancelled one, and I always stayed, every single time I stayed for the group. So that one time I went in there, I wasn't in the mood. The person who I was going there with really pissed me off when we first got there, because when you bring your boyfriend drama and all that into that, it's just not my thing. Thank you very much. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. So I went in a queue to get weighed, and in front of me was this woman who was about my age, heavier than me, and she was joining again. And why I mean again? I think that was a 3rd or 4th time that she was joining since I joined this group, and she was already there when I first joined. So in 1 year or 11 months or whatever it was, she joined for the 3rd or 4th time, and she was standing in front of me, and then she was talking to someone who was in front of her, and this woman said to her like, oh, you're back again? She was like, yeah, I'm back again because this plan really works. This is the only thing that helps me to lose weight, so I'm back again. And I'm like, you've been following this eating plan for ages. You've been trying to lose weight following Slimmingworld for ages. Because she said something like a few weeks or a few months before, I remember her talking in the group that like she follows it, and then if she doesn't come to group for 2 weeks, then she doesn't, she follows the wagon. And I'm like, you don't have to come here and get weighed weekly. If you know the plan, if after following for a year, it stays in your head, you know what is free food, what sins are, and all that, and you can use your calculator, or sin calculator, whatever it is. You know how it works. So just because you didn't come for 2 weeks, you didn't gain the weight because you didn't come to group for 2 weeks. You gained the weight because even if you follow this, have us follow this plan, it just doesn't work. But she was just talking, and she was this typical person. I've seen many people like her in this group, like, it works. I just have to like eat more speed food this time. And I'm standing there thinking, do I want to be here with all these lunatics? No, I don't. So I got weighed, and I'll never forget that my final weigh-in, I gained 1.5 pounds. It was, I think, on the 20th or 22nd, whatever, of August. That was Tuesday. And I got weighed, and the lady who was doing the weighing, she was like, oh, 1.5 pounds. I was like, well, that's absolutely fine. I took my book and went to my chair, picked up my handbag, and walked out of there. And the minute I walked out of there, I felt amazing. I felt like this huge weight was lifted off my shoulder. And then I knew that I didn't leave that group for just that one Tuesday. I left for good. I knew that I will never follow Slimmingworld again. I know that I will never go to group again. I know that that's it. My journey with this cult sect, whatever you call it, is over. And I was really happy. I was really happy that I didn't have to feel guilty when I wanted to go out and eat dinner. I didn't have to look online to think which restaurants, what food at the restaurant will have the least sins. No, if I want to go to a restaurant and I want to eat what I like. not something that is dry, have no spice, have no fat on it, because it's the least amount of sins. I prefer to work out 5 times a week. I prefer to eat better food during the week, to have this one meal when I can treat myself. So yeah, it was amazing. So for a few weeks after that, quite a few weeks, I've not exercised, I have not diet. I gained only a few pounds, but my mindset changed completely. Since then, I discovered keto, and I've learned that there are certain things that I should be avoiding, with like carbs, with my health conditions. So all this time when I was stuffing my face with rice and pasta and all the things that are free on Slimmingworld, I was actually doing damage to my body. That taking my pills to make my conditions better, I was cancelling it all out by eating the food that was bad for me. I'm talking for half an hour now, but I still have a few more things to say, so I'm just going to carry on. If anyone is still watching, God bless you. Thank you very much. I know that Slimmingworld is a business and is designed to make business. And I know that if this plan worked, and I mean really, really worked, and everyone would be able to lose weight on it, then they will go there. It will take them a year, 2 years, 3 years. They will lose weight, they will stop. Because once you follow it for a while, and once you get this book that you get when you first sign in, you will be able to follow the process without going to the group. So if the plan really worked for everyone, and there is no diet plan that works for everyone, like let's just put it in our heads. There is, like, we are all different. We have all different health. We all have different health problems. Some of us have a kind of like hormone imbalance. Some of us have different health conditions. So this diet, when they say it's good for everyone, it's not, because there's no diet plan that is suitable for everyone. It's not. So they're the business. They're trying to get money. So if this plan was working for everyone, and that's why they don't encourage you to do exercise, because if you're following this plan and exercising, then after 1 year you reach your goal weight and you'll be like, fuck it, I'm going to stop going. I will be doing it from home now, and you will maintain your weight or lose even more. No, this plan doesn't work for everyone, but that's why they need you to go there, because then you will have this initial weight loss, because yes, they will tell you, oh, eat a little bit or less of this, little bit or less of that, less sugar. Obviously, you cut the sugar down, you will start losing weight. Sugar is bad for you. Carbs are bad for you. So if they tell you you're not losing too much, do SP day, you're not losing because you're following SP days for Slimmingworld. You just cut the carbs down, so you are less bloated. You're losing a few pounds, which is mainly water weight. So you have a good week. You do SP week. You think you're killing yourself. Try to do keto. SP days will be like a walk in the park for you. So you do SP week. You're like, oh, I've been killing myself. You lost 4 pounds. Next week, you go back to eating normal Slimmingworld. Bang, 5 pounds gain. And I've seen it. I've seen people doing it, losing 3 or 4 pounds on SP week and then going back to normal. Then not only they have not lose any more weight, they will gain half of it back, because they went back to the normal eating. So they'll start eating rice, bread, and all that again. But I know that that's why they tell you the plan is for everyone, because they want everyone with every health condition business since freaking 60s. So yeah. I think there are even some more things that I would like to say, but they just slipped from my mind at the moment. But yeah, that's why I left, because this is not a healthy diet. This is not long-term diet. And if you are unlucky like me and get a shitty consultant, it's a very, very shitty experience. So yeah, I'm prepared for all the hate now. I'm prepared for all the comments from people that are going to tell me that Slimmingworld works, you just didn't follow it properly. If that's what you think, leave your comment down below. Leave your thumb down. Not a problem. But one day you will wake up and realize that sitting in a circle and clapping because you lost half a pound is not going to change your life. That's me all done. I think that was my final ever video and mention Slimmingworld in my life. Bye guys.